Alright, hello everybody. We're here with another Nextfest demo this afternoon. This is actually the first one that caught my eye that I downloaded during the week, as it is another top-down twin-stick shooter type deal, which, given that Lone Ruin ended up stealing the show last time around during Nextfest, except I didn't actually play it during Nextfest at all, I played it after Nextfest when Ryutech pointed it out. Also, let me make sure that my dashboard is actually, like, showing me messages and stuff, because I feel like it's not. So if any... I'm looking in all of my different chats and I'm not seeing anything, but I thought Oh, there's Pen. Alright. YouTube defaulted to showing me top chat and your message didn't show up there, which is really silly. Yeah, welcome. So we're gonna try this out. We'll see if a top-down shooter steals the show this time around as well. Interestingly enough, I was just looking at the store page for this because I do want to read a bit about it, and this game actually comes out in 2 days. Also, Asterigos also comes out in 2 days. That's the Souls-like game that CV Maniac mentioned last night. That's also in Nextfest right now. It looks like the animations and stuff in Asterigos look really cool. The world looks cool. But I am not a Souls-like player, so, like, I looked at the video and it just looks like they went out of their way to make your weapons, make your attacks look impactful, but it's a Souls-like. So, like, enemies are all damage sponges, so, like, you can make my weapons look as impactful as all get out. If it doesn't actually kill shit within, like, 3 minutes, then it doesn't matter. It still sucks. So that's kind of why I don't like Souls-like. I don't like games that waste my time, because I've got a lot of games to play as it is. But yeah, Asterigos is also coming out in 2 days apparently. So this and that are both coming out October 11th. This is much more potentially up my alley, but we're gonna find out. Now the interesting thing is this seems to have some deck building involved as well, given the whole card deck thing here. So it seems like it's potentially structured like kind of like a roguelite kind of deal. It does have a roguelike tag on Steam. It also has the bullet hell tag, so, well, we're gonna find out. We'll find out just how unreasonable this is and how bad I do at it. But let me read a little bit about this game. Survive the 5 stages of grief in this tarot punk action roguelike by entering deep into the nightmare and vanquishing the major allegories. Craft unique builds, ignite hordes of void creatures, and collect the ash of their remains to progressively unlock cards of spells and upgrades. So that's interesting. So ash is what you're collecting this time around, whereas, like, in Lone Ruin, enemies dropped gold, and that was what you used to, like, you know, level up, and every time you leveled up, you got to pick a perk or something like that. Let me see, we've got more stuff to read here. Face the allegories. Descend into the nightmare and face different major allegories in each run. Only you can interpret what their presence entails. Unlock major allegory cards. Unlock powerful cards to expand your deck by defeating the major allegories. Choose your fate by forging deadly builds for your future runs. Deactivate the void. Deactivate the servers in the pools of void at each stage of grief to confront the major allegories and descend into the next stage. And that's actually kind of it. There's a ton of animated GIFs in the Steam store page under each little section there. We do have an options menu, which is more than I could say for the 9 Years of Shadow demo that I played the other day. There is a screen shake toggle. This is something that I really hope 9 Years of Shadows does, but I don't know, because they don't give you the options menu in the demo. I'm gonna leave it on so we can see how bad the screen shake is. Unfortunately, there's no low, medium, high the way that Moonrider had. Show controls. I assume this is like tutorial messaging, but I don't know. We'll find out. We've got music and sound effects volume. We've got full screen. This was initially off, but it seems like it's effectively full screen windowed. Or borderless windowed, rather, because, like, I can all tab out of it and there's no hitches whatsoever. Languages, we've got a whole bunch again. Hold to continue cast. I'll have to see what exactly that entails, but I'll leave it on for now. It defaulted to on. So I guess we'll go ahead and jump in and see what happens. Interesting. We already have a bunch of stuff here, so what are we looking at? So there are 3 game modes, only one of which is available in the demo. I guess it's kind of like Lone Ruin, where like the only thing in the demo was survival mode. 2 servers per stage. That's interesting. I would have assumed it was like multiple stages before you encounter a server, but nope. What do we have here? Are these different options? Small fireballs are rapidly shot during cast. Fire rate increases the longer you cast. There was a weapon in Lone Ruin like that. Fire orb cast to throw a scorching fireball. Kind of like the sound of Gatling, actually. And then you can't select this in the demo, but I guess that's probably a melee option. And then, how many of these we can select one of these? We've got 1 max HP, plus 20% sorcery damage, plus 20% cast speed. And then these are locked, and you gotta spend resources on them, I guess. You got 30% critical chance, that seems like a decent chunk. Or 20% movement speed. I think for my first run, I should probably just go with the Vitality and see what happens. Also, Gatling Twig is kind of a hilarious weapon name. I don't know, should we just try the Scorching Fireball first? I feel like the Gatling Twig is the obvious option, though, so I'm just gonna go with that. Hell with it. Okay, I do have a dash, very much like, oh, there's view controls, alright. Oh, spacebar, I was actually pressing shift, but shift or spacebar dash, or right-click also dashes. So you got very simple controls here. I might try using a gamepad, on a subsequent run just to see, like, how it feels. Because, like, I tend to prefer keyboard and mouse, but I don't know, it might surprise me. Lone Ruin surprised me where I ended up actually preferring gamepad. I'm assuming that, like, the reason both of these are pointed to for cast is that, like, right stick aims and right trigger fires. You can't really tell that it's talking about the triggers here, because, like, there's 2 buttons up there. You kind of need to disambiguate, but unless they both do it, I suppose that's a possibility. Okay, so I slow down when I'm casting, but I can still dash. Also, what's with the bar? Like, I'm assuming that's a cooldown for your cast, but, like, this is a constant... Like, this is a rapid-fire weapon that just constantly casts. Also, I do notice the screen shake even just casting, so that does get a little annoying. Okay, we got enough for an upgrade. Movement speed while casting is increased. I might want that. Dashing has a 40% chance of generating a spark towards your aim direction. Interesting. Decreased cast speed by 20%. Slow cooker. See, I have to wonder what this would do for this weapon. Would it actually increase its fire rate? I don't know, but I want the movement speed. So yeah, this feels very similar in spirit to Lone Ruin, actually. Alright, Bullet Pulse. Shoot a wave of 3 bullets after every 5 casts. Another movement speed. This is cool because it shows you the current value and then the value that it will raise to. Gain +1 max HP. I guess the HP is like these 4 things up there. Come to think of it, I think Lone Ruin gave you like a heart meter too, so again, similar idea. These games, like, different aesthetically, and, you know, a different, like, core concept in terms of their plot, but very similar in execution so far, it feels like. What do I want? Like, I could just go all in on that again. Kinda like the idea of the Bullet Pulse, though. Okay, that's not actually that useful, because, like, that wasn't actually just in the direction of my shot, that was in 3 directions. Does it actually pierce things, though? Oh, it does. Okay, actually, that's pretty cool, then. Alright, what do we got? The Drift. Dashing has a 40% chance of causing a fire that deals area damage. That sounds good. That also sounds like something I remember getting in in Lone Ruin. I'm gonna have to play... I'm gonna be comparing this to Lone Ruin infinitely. I was thinking I should play Lone Ruin after this. And I think I should, just to show how you've got, you know, similar options. You've never been able to... Actually, one reason I should try the gamepad is to see if the analog stick actually has, like, sensitivity levels to your movement. Infusing enemies with a bomb for 5 seconds, explode on death. That sounds like it could be bad for me. I'm gonna go with the drift. What? I was gonna say I'm surprised I didn't take a hit. I just did. So there's the fire. Does this hurt me? I don't know. I can't get close enough to it to find out. I can definitely see where, like, the amount of enemies coming at me is going to be unreasonable after a while. A new server has appeared. Your main ability has a 30% chance to apply a severe burn. Okay, that sounds good. What? That was weird. I was pressing the button, but I must have, like, repressed it too soon after the menu to where it didn't actually, Oh, that was a bad shot. It's always a bad shot. We don't have like a map or a radar or anything to show me where the server is. Oh, what's this? Why are these white? Because I'm level 5. I guess these are special. 30% chance of deploying knives which multiply damage on each hit. Grants invincibility while active. That sounds good. 45% chance of breathing fire for 3 seconds after cast. That also sounds good. 50% chance of releasing a volley of arrows after casting. I'm gonna go with one of these two. I feel like that one is, sounds promising. Oh, that's the knives. Okay, you need to, like, immediately dive in when that happens. But you also have to be ready to dive back out. The wing. Chance to shoot blazing feathers that damage enemies after casting. Increase move speed. Just overall, I'm gonna go with that. That was actually super risky. Oh, there's actually a frickin' radial thing showing you how long you have. I didn't even notice that until now. Oh, I didn't realize the defeat server thing is pointing me in the direction of the server. Okay, so it is kind of a radar of sorts. It's a compass, at least. Also, it seems like these white things don't... Like, the ash doesn't go away, so you can just, like, come back whenever. Whereas, like, gold and Lone Ruin would absolutely disappear after a while. I'm kind of surprised that doesn't disappear. The scavenger. Base pickup area. Ooh, that could be good, yeah. Oh, yeah, Penn said the same thing I just noticed, that it was pointing towards it. I didn't realize... It was probably pointing, like, directly up when I glanced at it, so I didn't realize that it was... Like, whatever direction it was pointing, it didn't occur to me it was actually pointing in the direction to go. I forget... So that says 4 after every 4 casts. I forget if it's 3 after every 3 casts right now, or what is it exactly. Yeah, I'll go with this. I hope there's an ability to, like, double dash. Oh, there's the server. Okay, it just, like, paused for a second there. That was unexpected. Oh, I'm, like, trapped in here now. Okay. Does this thing have, like, a life meter or anything? Oh, yeah, it does at the bottom. Okay. I am definitely gonna have to try this with gamepad and see if I actually prefer it that way, because there's a chance I will. Okay, we got the server. Oh, that's interesting. It's giving me this. That increases the chance. I guess we'll try this. I'm trying to go the diversified approach right now. Just to see as many abilities as I can. Also, one thing I do want to do. Let's actually turn off screen shake. I'm also trying to experiment with, like... As soon as you release, it stops firing. So, like, the hold to continue cast thing... I'm wondering what that option means exactly. I'm gonna try turning it off for a second. I suspect it means I'll have to, like, repress. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. So especially with this weapon, you absolutely want hold to continue cast. There's no reason to not want that. I can see wanting that to vary between weapons, depending on what you're using. I have to wonder if the fireball, like, pierces or anything. Because, like, this definitely feels just very... Oh, dear. This feels very, I don't know. Enemies feel bullet spongy in this, to me. I feel like both the feathers and the orbs you shoot out feel kind of underwhelming, largely because you end up, like, it ends up not going where you need it to go. What does this do? Redraw 3 new cards, but receive a temporary penalization afterwards. Huh. I don't know what kind of penalization it'll be. That's interesting that this one doesn't show you the increase, because I already have one of these. Like, this is a level 2. Range is increased. It keeps, like, not firing when I come back from the menu, because I'm pressing the button sooner than it accepts the input. But yeah, this weapon is far less annoying with the screen shake turned off, so I'm glad that's an option. It feels like your weapons fire shouldn't cause screen shake. Hitting things, maybe hitting things is what causes it. I don't know. Let me test that theory for a second. No, because I'm not hitting anything and it's causing screen shake. That's kind of silly. And frankly annoying with this weapon, so I'll keep it off. I think we're getting close because you can see, like, the background up there. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so you have to get within a certain proximity. And then it ropes you in to this arena size. Oh, what do we get this time? The momentum. 30% chance of a 3-second speed burst after casting. I tend to avoid... There's an ability like that in, not quite like this. In Lone Ruin, there's an ability that when you kill something, it might give you a speed boost temporarily. I don't like that idea because it makes my movement unpredictable. I guess I'll increase my max HP, because I'll probably, like, want that eventually. Also, I guess there's, like, a bunch of enemies generated when this starts, but it doesn't continue generating enemies, because eventually there was not that many left. Alright, so we need to go up there, but I might as well, like, pick up all this stuff that I left lying around for, like, forever. I'm really surprised they don't make these despawn after a while. I wish I had a clearer idea of, like, how big the arena is and whether it wraps. Oh, geez, there's even more stuff down here? What the hell? The static, that's new. Dashing has a 40% chance of generating a... Oh, no, we've seen that. I just haven't picked it yet. Let's go ahead and try that, then. There's the static. That is a very... Oof. That bzz sound is actually kind of grating. Because there's, like, a very high-frequency, bit to it that very much stands out compared to, like, every other sound in the game. I'm looking at my volume meter. Now I can't get it to happen. There we go. Yeah, it's also the loudest sound in the game. Like, that peaked my volume meter higher than anything else I've seen. Alright, let's see how much of a difficulty spike bosses are. Why does it sound like he's trying to start a motorcycle? Alright, here's your bullet hell. Actually, what's funny is that's almost, like, the pentagrams are almost an embryo kind of attack from Assault Android Cactus. It's like the missile targeting reticles. So yeah, this is checking a lot of boxes in terms of, like, it feels like Lone Ruin, it reminds me of Assault Android Cactus. Those are very good things for it to be reminding me of. What is this? The Devil. So I could either get other stuff that I've already seen, or I could get this, which seems important. 30% chance of casting 3 sorcery spells instead of 1. Yeah, okay. Why would I not choose that? Time for the second level of grief, I guess. Let's see if we get new types of enemies. So yeah, you can see sometimes I'm doing like 3-way shots now because it's casting 3 times instead of 1. Oh, the static actually helps a lot, because that does a decent little chunk of damage there. It's also encouraging me to dash more, for better or for worse. Alright, what do we get this time? I'm definitely going to be curious to try the other primary weapon on the next run, because, like, easily my biggest gripe... Oops. Easily my biggest gripe right now is it feels like my weapon doesn't have enough impact. The Sunburst, that's new. Just from the naming, this definitely is at least going for philosophical. Yeah, no, I mean, it said Tarot Punk in the, whatever the heck that means, in the, Steam store description, so. Invoking a Sunburst on each hit. Sure, let's see what that looks like. Okay, that time I seriously, like, waited a second after the menu disappeared, and it still didn't start attacking when I pressed the button. Oh god, what is all this? Yeah, that hurt. These things seem like a problem. Also, there's a ton of enemies. Also, it's funny that this also has a similar drawback to Lone Ruin, which is the color scheme sometimes makes it harder to see things than it should. Like, everything here is a shade of the same color. Like, I mean, other than our bullets, which it's good that our bullets stand out. Assault Android Cactus does a similar thing where, like, your bullets are a different color than enemy bullets. Things that damage you are a different color than things that damage enemies. But, like, the enemies could stand out a little bit more. Especially when they start moving faster like these guys do. Also, it really feels like I should have a secondary attack that can clear things out faster, because this thing absolutely does not. Also, apparently I skipped the server. There are entirely too many enemies. There's the server. I guess I should engage it, even though there's, like, way too many enemies, because, like, it seems like it causes enemies to stop spawning. But yeah, okay, second level, definitely a difficulty spike. But yeah, actually dealing with servers is a good opportunity to thin out enemy numbers. Does this increase the chance on that too? Yeah, it does. Actually, I should probably increase that. Because those guys do move a little bit faster too, it seems like. I got that just in the nick of time, otherwise I absolutely would have taken a hit. This is definitely much more of a horde mode kind of thing than Lone Ruin is. Lone Ruin does not throw this many things at you at the same time. Which is not to say that Lone Ruin can't also get to feel overwhelming if you don't manage it well. Oh, I ran right into that. Good job, me. Well, we're probably gonna die. But yeah, it would be really helpful. When there's this many things on screen, it would be extremely helpful if enemies actually stood out from the background. And they don't in this game at all. So that's kind of a big problem. It's one of those games where, like, I mean, it's... I've seen far worse than this in this regard in other games, but, like, it's one of those games where, like, the aesthetic vision, quote-unquote, actually gets in the way of just seeing the damn game, which, like, actual vision of seeing what you're playing is a little more important than some aesthetic vision that you're going for. So, if it makes your game harder to play, or unplayable, then you done goofed. Which, like, I wouldn't say it makes it unplayable, but it makes it harder to play than it should. But let's see what we got. Alright, so... it shows you all of the cards that you picked. If I go to quit, then we go back to the main menu. Let's try this with controller, and we'll try the other starting weapon. So this time we'll try Fire Orb. Okay, I can go over here. Does that also... no, that just picks this. It doesn't bring me over there, so I actually have to, like, move over here with the D-pad. Increasing sorcery damage might be a good call here. Okay, so the amount of ash that I picked up is in the bottom right corner. I don't have nearly enough to unlock these things yet. Have I ever gotten crits? Because I feel like I haven't noticed getting any crits. So the critical chance might be ludicrously low to begin with, so the plus 30% might actually, you know, equate to, like, 0 because of rounding errors on how ludicrously low the critical chance is. The movement speed one might be worth it. But let's see. Actually, you know what? I should probably still do Vitality just so I can compare apples to apples on the Fire Orb's damage, like the base damage. Because otherwise I'm going to get an unfair comparison if I were to up its damage here. But I definitely would be inclined to go with the sorcery damage instead of the Vitality essence here. Okay, so we do get a reticle that shows us... oh! Okay, so yeah. Right bumper and right trigger do cast, but so does just pressing a direction. That seems actually not what I would want to happen. Let me see something here. That might be where hold to continue cast becomes important. Okay, it was a little confusing for me to see the focus indicator for a second. Okay, back was focused initially, that's why I was confused. If I turn this off, I have a feeling hold to continue cast is something you want to be off when you're playing with controller. Nope, that actually feels awful. You actually still have to hold it individually. The good thing about hold to continue cast being off is it makes it so that when you use the right stick, it doesn't cast. When you have hold to continue cast on, the right stick casts. That shouldn't be a thing. The right stick should not cast. The right stick should aim. The right bumper or trigger should cast. Hey, Waxgoat. It's going pretty good. This game seems promising. It does have its issues. I was trying with keyboard and mouse before, which I would probably prefer for this game. But I'm trying with controller now. And the very first thing I'm noticing is, like, for some reason, when you have hold to cast turned on in the options, just pushing the right stick in a direction actually casts, and that should not be a thing. Like, if you're using mouse, moving the mouse doesn't cast. Holding the mouse button casts. And that's how controller should work, but it doesn't, for some reason. So, like, hold to cast being on means you are always casting when you're aiming. Which means you're committing to a cast when you're aiming, which is not what you want to do, probably. You probably want to aim and then confirm your once you've confirmed your direction, then you want to cast. Let's see what we've got here. But it is very clear that, wait, what is my... Okay, my dash is apparently only on left bumper, not on left trigger. That doesn't make any sense. If either right trigger or right bumper works to shoot, then why wouldn't either left... Wait. Yeah, why wouldn't either left trigger or left bumper work to dash? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Also, the A button dashes, or rather the B button. I'm thinking SNES controls here. So yeah, the gamepad support seems very questionable. What else can we do here? Let's do that. But yes, this weapon definitely does more damage and has an area of effect, seemingly. Also, that might have been a crit, given that that was a 52, not a 40. But crits are not pointed out in any way, shape, or form. Also, this weapon probably actually has worse DPS than the other ones, so yeah, this is actually garbage. I'm going to go back to keyboard, and I'm going to go back to the other weapon, and we're going to try the damage boost essence instead, and see how that fares. So let's do that, let's do this. So yeah, like, the game has potential, but... Oh, now I need to turn hold to cast back on. Like, it's really aggravating how, like, hold to continue cast makes sense for some weapons and some control mechanisms, but not for others. And they could make it make a lot more sense. Okay, so yeah, we were doing like 5 damage per tick last time, and now we're doing 6 or 7. I don't know if the 7s are actually crits, they might be. Which means that crits are not particularly significant. I mean, it went from... I don't know if that's a rounding error or a crit. Because, like, crits went from 40 to 52 with the fireball. So why are they only going from 6 to 7? You'd think they might go to 8, but... Oh well. What do I want here? Let's do scavenger. I feel like both of these don't feel that great. What was this one? Decrease casts... What? Why would you want to decrease cast speed? I'm curious what effect this will have. I have no idea. Well, no, 40 to 52 wouldn't be 3/5 though. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like... 40 to 52 is 12 out of 40. Which would be... That would be 3/10, not 3/5. But... Yeah, I guess... Well... I feel like you're getting screwed by rounding there. Yeah, we probably want to do that. Actually, no, we want to do that. But yeah, my concern with this is with, like, how little impact your spells seem to have. Like, for how little DPS you're doing, for how many enemies are spawning in this game. It doesn't... I don't know. It kind of has this... You know, I was railing on Souls-like at the beginning of the stream. Where, like, Souls-likes... no matter how much impact they make your weapons look like they have, if it takes you 5 hours to kill an enemy, it still sucks. This kind of feels like it takes too long to kill enemies. Yeah, I was figuring it ought to be rounding up, and it's not. So the interesting thing about the feathers is they always go in the same trajectory, whereas the triple, like the three-way bullet does not. The three-way bullet actually goes where you aim it, ostensibly. So this is another case, kind of like 9 Years of Shadows, where like seeing this having such an imminent launch date kind of worries me. Because it feels like this needs more time in the slow cooker, as it were, to really become compelling. Maybe I should have tried Dragon this time. But I'll certainly, I certainly have feedback to leave them on the Steam discussion boards. I noticed there was already a thread on the Steam community for 9 Years of Shadows that already hit on some of the points I was thinking, so I just kind of like +1'd that one. Because, like, you know, like I said, this game has things to potentially like about it, but there's too much preventing it from being truly compelling to me. Although, I mean, I suppose the other thing is, like, we don't know what the other modes will be like. But, like, here's the thing where Lone Ruin absolutely truly excels. Lone Ruin got me completely addicted to the survival mode in the demo. That's all that was in the demo. I don't know what the other mode will be like in the full game, but I know I want to play it because the demo was that good. This does not feel addicting. This feels like, okay, I guess I'll spend 10 minutes just killing these guys again. And then die immediately on the second level. Because you can't damage things fast enough. Oh, we can get another Berserker upgrade? Yeah, I should probably do that. But conceptually, this has a lot of similarities to Lone Ruin. Which is precisely why I downloaded it. This is why this caught my eye. I was like, yo, Lone Ruin was really good. If we've got another game that's that good, then I want to play it. Unfortunately, you can't win them all. Man, we're getting really bad luck here. There we go. Oh, I don't have static yet. Let's do that. I'm gonna have to come all the way back over there for, oh wait, I passed the server. Okay, that 39 was clearly a crit on something. Ow, really? Jeez, that was a big goof. Sunburst, let's do that. Alright, before we go to the chamber, though, I kind of want to, like, pick up all this stuff that's lying around. The static sound is really a little bit annoying. Alright, let's see if we get a different boss. It is a different boss. And yeah, this is also a tarot reference, right? Wait, how did that hit me? I thought I dashed through it. Does dashing not give you immunity through the things you dash through? I'm surprised that didn't hit me, actually. Yeah, that was definitely gonna hit me. That boss definitely seemed more problematic than the devil. Alright, 15% chance of shooting 4 swords around you after casting. I mean, sure, we'll try it. I don't know why it gives you other options. I guess if you really don't like a particular boss's card, it's like, alright, I'll take something else. Alright, time to die really quick again, probably. There's your swords. I don't have this yet. Let's take that. I still haven't tried the infusion, mostly because I'm worried it'll blow me up, too. Maybe I should try that if I get the chance. I still don't understand what the why you would want to decrease cast speed. Unless, oh, what it probably no, but that wouldn't be decreased cast speed. That would be decreased cast time, which I would think would be something you would want. It's like, I still don't get this, but I'll try it again just to see what it does. Because, like, if you were using the fireball spell, wouldn't that just make it way worse? Like, with this, I don't really notice a difference, so I might just be throwing that away, but... Also, I suppose wouldn't decreasing cast speed also mean that I'm decreasing the frequency with which I get all of these, you know, maybe happens on cast abilities? Just doesn't make sense to me. Again, it ate my input. That's unfortunate that it ate my input and it also kind of wastes your ability time there. Okay, so it does seem like crits give you bigger numbers, but I don't know if that's entirely proportional with the total, like, just the size of the number. It seems like it does. Look at all those 120s, though. What the hell was that about? Ow. Yes, please give me health. are entirely too many enemies. Again, it ate my input when it started that. These guys are way too tanky. What do we even want? I feel like I probably want that. Oh, I actually haven't done that yet. Alright, we'll do that then. Yeah, see, when enemies stop spawning for a bit, it actually allows you to thin them out. Alright, there's probably... Oh, man, which way did I come from? So I probably left a bunch of stuff around. I thought I came from, like, due north. Yeah, I think I did. Look, there's even there's even an ash inside of the boss chamber, so it just kind of spawns wherever. Yeah, let's increase that. All right, well, we got farther this time than last time, and the choosing the damage boost essence probably helped. I'm also trying to make better use of the berserker this time. Oh, they just disappeared. That's not cool. Suddenly shades of Tesla versus Lovecraft with the tentacles. Okay, that guy had a very predictable pattern. Like, he just kept doing the same thing. Yeah, I was wondering that too. I was like, is there a reason that the Hierophant has tentacles? 15% chance of invoking ink puddles that slow down and damage enemies after cast. Alright, we're apparently Mario Kart now. Like, I'm surprised, like... I don't know if the tentacles were actually just, like, supposed to be ink puddles that slow you down. I assumed they would hurt me, so I stayed away from them and didn't find out. But I guess we'll take it and see what happens. Slowing enemies down might be a useful thing to have. Yeah, I know, right? Like, why is it a blooper? Alright, so what new enemies will we have this time? Oh, well, that was unfortunately stupid of me. The problem is when you get into the... Oh, those are the ink puddles, okay. Not what I expected them to look like. The unfortunate thing is when you get into the thick of things, it gets a little hard to see the radio meter of how much time you have left, because you've got all these numbers well, not overlaying it, but like making it very busy to look at. Like, it's hard to see light blue on white. And the white is very much demanding your attention. Alright, what do we got? I should probably take that. And I had to repress the button again. Like, very simple control issues that should not be issues. it's kind of funny that enemies aren't even as smart as Pac-Man ghosts. Like, they don't try to avoid you when you're in invincibility mode. Like, this definitely does seem like a cross between Lone Ruin and a 10 Tons game. Because it's got the horde aspect. And the things just kind of beeline to you. Increase base pickup area by 100%. What does this do? That increases the probability and damage. Yeah, let's go with that. It definitely seems like as you stay in the mix for longer with this, it does more damage. But I don't really get it. Unless it's like multiple types of attacks adding up. Like if I stay still, it doesn't seem to happen, but if I move through them, then it absolutely happens. My numbers get big. Oh, that was unfortunate. We never did try the infusion. Time to try it. I feel like we haven't seen any new enemies yet. Whoa, I'm surprised I got away with that. Oh, okay, so those poofs are the bombs. And they do not hurt you because they are also blue. I let that run right into me. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is getting kind of unmanageable. We gonna get a server sometime? Oh, it says endless in the bottom left corner now, so maybe that's just where we are now. In which case, we just go until we die now. Because there's no way you can kill things faster than they spawn. Let's go for more bullet pulse, I guess. I was hoping I would get the dash back a little sooner. Oh boy. I almost ran into that again. Oh, I blinked and missed it. It was blank before between servers. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I saw endless down there before. I also didn't realize I was down to my last health, actually. Whoops. Okay. Well, that is the demo. You get 2 levels and then endless. And I mean, they're supposed to be 5 stages of grief, so I guess that's, like, sort of half the game, sort of not, because, like, I presume that the 3rd stage of grief would actually have, like, new types of enemies in it also. Like I said, this, it has some really basic control issues that should be resolvable. I don't imagine they're going to resolve it in 2 days before release. It could stand to, like, diversify the color palette a bit to make enemies easier to spot. So it takes a little getting used to in that regard, which, again, like, Lone Ruin also takes a little getting used to. I'm going to show that off next, for those who haven't seen it yet. Lone Ruin was in the previous iteration of Nextfest a few months ago. So, like, this has some stuff going for it, but it feels like it's going to get repetitive too fast, and it's not satisfying enough to offset the repetitiveness to me. So, unfortunately, I've already seen other games of this ilk that do a better job at keeping me interested, so it's got some tough competition that it's going up against in that regard. It is releasing sooner, though. Lone Ruin is still in development. Lone Ruin was supposedly, like, in early alpha when they released their demo. Their demo was arguably more compelling than this demo, which I don't mean to throw shade on this, but, like, this is supposedly an almost finished product that is releasing in 2 days. Lone Ruin is nowhere near releasing, and Lone Ruin had me basically, like, shut up and take my money, where this is like, I don't think so. So, and I'm sure that, everybody is probably sick of me, like, drawing the comparison by now. But, it's a solid effort, I'll give it that, but there's not enough to keep me coming back for more, is basically it. And as it is, I would have to play this one with keyboard and mouse, and even then, there are issues. Like, I shouldn't have to repress the mouse button and seriously, like, delay to repress it every time I come out of a card menu. I should be able to repress it, and it immediately takes that input. That is definitely the biggest issue with the keyboard and mouse. And then the biggest issue with gamepad is the whole, like, this whole hold to continue cast thing shouldn't need to exist. It doesn't make sense that it does. Because, like, for the Gatling, you would never want this to be off. And in general, you would always have to repress the button every single time you want to cast. Your finger would get very tired, given how spongy enemies are in this. But the biggest problem with hold to continue cast is that on controller, when this is on, it causes the right stick to cast. You do not want your aim control to also be your fire control when you have, especially when you have a weapon that has, like, a serious commit time to it. You want those to be independently controllable. You want to be able to aim, there's a reason that ready, aim, fire are 3 separate, stages of that phrase. It's not ready, aim, fire. But if you play with hold to continue cast on with controller using the right stick to aim, which is the only way to aim, then it is not ready, aim, fire. It is ready, aim, fire. So, these are things that, like, they should probably put more thought into, just to increase the playability, and also just make enemies slightly less spongy. I get that you're going for the whole horde mode mechanic, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I haven't played Vampire Survivor, and I haven't watched very much gameplay of it, but, like, I would assume that you can mow through things a little more easily than in this game. It just, it doesn't feel satisfying enough. And, like, the screen shake also doesn't feel satisfying because the screen shake also happens every time you fire. Which, especially if you're using the Gatling, then, it's basically like you're riding a train the entire time. So yeah. It's got a solid start, but it's not finished, as far as I'm concerned.